Welcome to the No Dress Code Pod, where we keep it real, celebrate Black excellence, and dive into the things that matter most. Tune in, vibe out, and let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of the No Dress Code Pod. I'm your favorite host, as well as your favorite hoochie, Legs Out, Not Open Bree. And if this is your first time listening, or if you're a returning guest, then you already know what I'm gonna say because you already know how I feel about you. Thank you. Because without you, where would I be? Now, before we get into today's episode, you guys already know how I'm starting this. For our returning guests, today is Wednesday, so that means what? That's right. Only got to get through Thursday. Say Friday's work for Monday. Now, again, this is coming from somebody who is conventionally employed today, at least at the time of recording. And I unfortunately cannot say Friday's work for Monday. It is an everyday thing. But if you can say Friday's work for Monday, say Friday's work for Monday. Because, baby, if something happens to you over the weekend, I promise you your job will be posted before your obituary. Yeah. So with that being said, let's do a mental health check-in, okay? Drop it in the comments and let me know how your week's been. Okay. Now I pray and hope that your week has been amazing. But if it's been anything short of, unfortunately, there's nothing I could do for you in this moment, but continue to speak it over you and pray that your week going forward is amazing. Okay? Yeah. So let me tell you about my week before we get into today's episode. My week has been okay. Right? Again, I am employed as of today. I say as of today, as of this time of recording, and why I will get into that later in the episode. Okay. I have been a gym girly. You know, I love the gym. I try to go 5 days a week. Sometimes I go 3. Sometimes I go 4, but majority of the weeks I do go 5. So, I personally am in a season again where I'm about to lock in. My birthday's around the corner. Hoochie Day is coming up. So your girl is about to lock in again when it comes to the gym. I'm going to be so consistent. It's going to be sickening. I'm not saying I will not have any days off as far as like cheat days, like meal wise, but I'm going to be so consistent. It's going to be sickening. I'm going to surprise myself how good I look. Okay. And that's all the motivation I need. I'm trying to think what else is going on in my week. I again am still employed as of the time of this recording. I say that because, you know, life happens and things can change literally in the blink of an eye. Literally. I'm trying to see if I have anything else to update you guys on per my week. I don't think so. Do I? No, I don't think so. So let's get into today's topic. Right. Follow me. Okay. Just follow me. Just following up. What do them 4 words mean to y'all? Right. Again, I am not in the corporate world, but just following up. That is all it fucking takes. That's all it takes for your stomach to drop. You see that in an email, baby, and for me, I can guarantee my nervous system is on 1,000. My stomach's dropped. I don't want to say I have butterflies because I think butterflies are like, when I think of butterflies, I think of like in love, like the good thing. It is anxious, right? I get this anxious feeling. Why? Because honestly, those just following up emails never means just following up. One of three things. One, something that needs to be done that hasn't been done yet. Two, somebody's about to pull receipts. Or three, my personal favorite, we need this in writing. And I feel like the wildest thing is if you've ever worked in corporate or had a job where you have an email address, right? Because I don't think like when I worked in customer service, I didn't have emails. Well, like Macy's, Disneyland, I didn't have an email type of thing. We all know what it means. Okay. The person who sent it knows what it means. Me as the receiver knows what it means. And it's like we all play along and just be like, oh, this is just a follow-up email, just a check-in email. The check-in was the meeting. The email is you having a paper trail. That's what that is. Because I knew when I got ready to sue a job, I started putting everything in writing. I started emailing you about our meeting. That was the paper trail. Honestly, that email is just you covering your ass. How do I know? Because I've been there. Yeah, I was covering mine. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like when it comes from an employer and shit, when it was coming from me, it's because documentation, I don't trust you. I need to document it because I don't trust you. Like, I remember I had a job that I did end up suing for a different reason than I was documenting, but I had a job and we had this discussion that it was right around COVID. So was it? Yeah, it was like COVID had started. I got let go because of COVID. I was temporary. They brought me back, still temporary, ended up offering me the position. Cool. So we had the discussion that my position would go from on-site to remote hybrid. Great, right? Because at this point I'm driving to Irvine. So great. Would love a little remote hybrid because that way I don't have to put so much money in gas. I don't have to put so much miles on my car. Like I don't have to do maintenance as often. Great. They said, oh, give us 3 months. 3 months done gone and passed. We're at 9 months now. At this point, I'm now initiating meetings. Can we talk about it? Can we have this discussion? Let's talk about it. And boom, after each meeting I initiated, I made sure to keep it in writing. Now, my supervisor never responded back to the emails, and that's okay. I was just trying to cover my ass the same way you're trying to cover yours when you email me. Like, we talked about something, and then something is not coming to fruition. In the time frame that we talked about, nor are you giving me a time frame, an updated time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna cover my ass the same way you're covering yours. Yes. And the reason what I learned from that experience is document it. Because for one, there's no trust when it comes to corporate. There's no trust when it comes to these jobs. And at the end of the day, if it's not in writing, you're gonna say it didn't happen. So that was that previous job, right? The current job I have now, mind you, again, I've only been there for at the time of this recording, we're in July. Oh, I worked all of June. Okay. So almost 2 months. At the time of this recording, almost 2 months. I want to say by the time it's come out. But no, at the time we are in there about a month and 2 weeks, maybe. A month and 2 weeks sounds about right. So a month and a half. Right. I've had so many meetings, I feel like, in my opinion. But I guess I guess it's better to have the meetings in the beginning than have them later on. Like when I'm already set in my ways of like doing things, right? But the first meeting, I kid you not, came less than a month in. And the situation was at this current job I'm in, we have to get into the pool. Okay, cool. Told y'all I'm in swimming lessons. I don't have a problem getting in the pool. I actually enjoy being in the pool. Sometimes I don't want to be in the pool. Sometimes, I'm like everybody else. Sometimes I don't want to be in a pool, but cool. So the first incident happens because I'm in training, right? Again, maybe 3-4 weeks in, 2-3 weeks in, whatever the case may be. They tell me right before I go to lunch, I want to say 30 minutes to an hour or so before I go to lunch, that I'll be getting in the pool when lunch is over. Who getting in the pool? You should have gave me 24 hours notice. You knew that tomorrow was pool day. You knew that today was pool day. If you anticipated on me getting in the pool, why would you not tell me? Now, so I was like, "Oh, I'm not getting in the pool." Like my trainer was like, "Well, I'm not getting in the pool because I'm on my period." That's got nothing to do with me. That's got nothing to do with me. If that's the excuse we using, now I'm lying too. Was I? No. Was it coming? Yeah. That's not the point though. Like I feel like I shouldn't have to tell my employer, for one, I'm on my period. If I want to tell you, then cool, great. If I don't, that's my personal business type of thing, you know? So I was like, oh, I can't get in the pool today. I don't have a bathing suit. These people told me, well, we told you in training, or we told you at the interview that you would be getting in the pool and that you should bring extra clothes. Should and need to are two different things. Maybe my comprehension is a little different than y'all comprehension, but should and have to are two different things. They mean two different things. Be intentional with our words. Now, you did say that people do bring their bathing suit and leave it here. Great. I'm not one of those people. I will not be doing that. I like to wash my own clothes. Got a washer and dryer at home. I'm cool washing my own clothes. Okay. As a matter of fact, I prefer it because I know how I want my clothes washed. Won't even go into detail. Everybody washes their own clothes differently. I wash my how I like my clothes washed, and I like the results I get. Right. So 30 minutes to an hour I said, oh, I'm not getting in the pool. I go to lunch. Right. Think nothing of it because I already said I'm not getting in this pool. Come back from lunch. The person that was training me was still trying to pressure me to get in the pool. Well, I'm on my period, so I'm not getting in the pool. So you need to get in the pool. I can get in the pool tomorrow. I can get in the pool next week. I cannot get in the pool today. I don't have any clothes. Well, we have a t-shirt you can wear. Excuse me? You want me to, for one, wear a t-shirt. For two, I don't know whose t-shirt this is. If you even washed this t-shirt before you're giving it to me. They gave me they gave me, I think, 2 or 3 shirts to wear if I chose to, right? Because we can wear whatever we want to wear at work. I could legitimately wear this, and I think I have worn this to work before. Like, we can literally wear whatever as long as it's not offensive. Great. Love that. Love a job with no dress code. Obviously. Um, so I was like, I'm not wearing someone else's clothes. I'm not wearing someone else's bathing suit. I think that's gross. And honestly, we had just had this conversation an hour before she told me I'd be in the pool. Like, I was like, oh no, wearing somebody else's clothes is disgusting. I'm sorry. Like, it's gross. No tea, no shade to anybody, but it's gross. I was like, when I buy clothes online, I wash them before I wear them. Because 9 times out of 10, I already know how it's gonna fit because I've purchased from here before. I don't need to try them on. Go ahead and wash them bad boys. And if I do try them on, that's it. I tried them on, I took them off, and I threw them in the dirty clothes. They were getting washed immediately. I just no tea, no shade to anybody who wears clothes out without washing because I've been there. I've done it. But as my dad said, used to say, when you know better, you do better. I know better now. I do better now. I don't wear no clothes without washing them. Even for the first thing, I don't wear no clothes without washing them. So I was like, oh no, I'm not comfortable wearing somebody else's bathing suit, so I won't be doing that. On top of that, right, they were offering me shorts and then a t-shirt from the garage, basically. You think I'm gonna get in somebody's pool with these kids and not have a bra on or not have something on to protect, to keep my boobs from being exposed? Because what? I understand the pool only goes up to 5 feet, 4.5, 5 feet. Mind you, I'm like 5'4", so that's fine. I'm not getting into the pool, one, with somebody else's clothes on, and two, without something to feel protection of my boobs. If I want to go braless, that's different. I'm making the decision to go braless. Getting in a pool, if I gotta explain it, then we're two different types of people. Two different types of people. But honestly, I sat there and I told my trainer I'm not doing it. I talked to some of my coworkers. They were like, "Oh, you got to push back on her. She'll try to make you do it." Yada yada yada. I said, "Okay, cool." I pushed back. I said, "Oh, I'm not doing it." Again, she tried to make me. She told me to go get a t-shirt. Eventually, I ended up crying. Right, mind you, I'm not an emotional person. Far from it. My period really was starting soon. So far from it. I'm not an emotional person. But I ended up crying. So somebody else was like, one of my other coworkers, who is like a superior, basically, was just like, "We'll go talk to the manager and, see what you can do. We'll figure it out, whatever the case may be." The people that are supposed to get in the pool today, though, do expect to get in the pool. Like, that's their expectation. Great. They knew today was swim day. I didn't know today was swim day. I wasn't aware that today was swim day. So everybody's under the impression that today is swim day, and nobody let me know that today was swim day. It had to be my second week, because my first week the pool was closed. I remember this now. So it had to be my second week. Do you know, I talked to my manager and my supervisor, and I was just like, I'm just not comfortable getting in the pool, feeling exposed in that way. Like, I come to work with a bra on every day. I'm not getting in your pool with these kids, with these adults, and not have some type of protection. I'm just not doing it. Like, I'm sorry. And on top of that, I'm not wearing no clothes that I did not wash, that I cannot guarantee were washed. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. Do you know, I sat there and I damn near cried in that meeting, and it was like they understood. Why you send me just a follow-up email? That tells me you ain't understand nothing I said. Because it's not that. And the follow-up email was basically like, "Oh, in the job description, we did say that you would be getting in the pool. Um, we obviously didn't tell you when, but we did tell you to be prepared." So you didn't understand anything I said in that meeting about why I was not getting in the pool, why I was not comfortable getting in the pool. With the demographic of people we work with, you want them to be comfortable, and you want us to be empathetic to them and take care of their needs. As your employee, you need to do the same for us. I explained why I was not comfortable. to a man and to you as a woman. And I really wasn't comfortable explaining myself in front of this man, but it is what it is. And him being gay does not give him a pass on making me feel comfortable. I just was not comfortable. They emailed me, well, just to follow up on our meeting. Oh, okay. Tell me I'm on a PIP without telling me I'm on a PIP. And for those of you who don't know what a PIP is, it's a performance improvement plan. To me, and I feel like to a lot of other people, when you receive a PIP, that is their way of saying you are on your way out. Mind you, this was my second week. The very next day I came back to work, I was not with that trainer. I was with somebody else. And yeah, you're right. You should put me with somebody else. Because obviously we're not meshing. Because you're not going to force me to do something I said I was going to do. Baby, I quit this job before you think I'm going to get into a pool unprepared. But from that day on, I did bring up bathing suit. And they did get me in the pool without notice. I said, oh, okay. Mind you, that was just literally my second week. Since then, again, I've been there for 6 weeks, give or take. I've had multiple just following up emails. Just tell me you let me go without telling me you let me go. Tell me I would be surprised to make it to my 90-day without telling me I may not make it to my 90-day. Like to end probation, like, because what are we really talking about? What are we really talking about? Like, hey, again, so it was that. They told me because we have folders on all of the people that we work with. So they told me that when I went out with one of the people that I was distracting, I said, oh, that's funny because I read his folder prior to going out with him and it said he likes praise. I thought that's all I was doing. That was included in the PIP. That was included in the follow-up email. Tell me you're covering your ass without telling me you're covering your ass. So I read that folder. It is crazy. I've again legitimately received so many emails. I don't even respond back to them. The first one I did because I said no. You can write it up as I refuse to get into the pool, but let's be honest and explain why I chose not to get in the pool. Because literally, I've been told that there are people who do not get in the pool at all. There are employees who do not get in the pool at all. And you're tripping because I said I was not comfortable getting in the pool one time. My second week. When you knew that there was pool day and you didn't tell me that I would be the one getting in the pool. I've had so many, just to recap, emails that in the meeting they said, well, maybe we're not as organized with training as we should be. Maybe we should have a set like way of doing things. Because I read somebody's file that said he liked praise, right? So I was praising. I told that was distracting. I read another person's file, and it said they like certain stuff. Again, I was doing that. I was told that was wrong. I read somebody else's file. Their file had not been updated. That file said they needed to get up and walk. The person couldn't walk. They broke their leg and they're in the wheelchair. They said, oh, well, the file hasn't been updated. So you're telling me you give me these files on the people I'm working with for that day and the information's not correct? And I'm getting a PIP? I understand we have a lot of participants. That's not my job to update the files, though. Have the files updated before they get to me. Why am I reading them? Why do you have me reading them if they're not accurate? On top of that, I follow them and I get spoken to. I don't follow them and I get spoken to. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I am so tired. Like, I had I actually just recently had another incident where a participant was not able to get changed before they went out in the community, right? I said, hey, I think two people in wheelchairs. So the first one I took, and he took a little longer. After I knew he was going to be the more difficult one. So after I finished with him, I was going to go get the other one. The other one was already in the van. I said, oh, well, she hasn't been changed yet. You know, do you want to wait? They said no. Okay, cool. Cool, right? My supervisor's there. I'm thinking, okay, cool. You heard me offer. That's all I could do. You heard me offer to change her. Thing goes, everything. She comes back, she's still dry. So she ain't even used the bathroom while she was out. She's been fine, right? I change her when she gets back. I was told I got pulled into another meeting and was basically told, you didn't change her before she went out, and that's a problem. First off, you act like I didn't offer. Second off, from what I'm understanding, there have been times before when they were not changed before they went out. Are these people getting written up? Like, is it just me with these follow-up emails? When I tell you, in 6 weeks, I have received 3 to 4 follow-up emails about meetings. Tell me you're covering your ass without telling me you're covering your ass. And it's like, I know what a follow-up email means. Because otherwise, we could have just kept it at the meeting. And you would have seen progress, or you wouldn't have, right? Every time I receive a follow-up email, at this point, I don't even open it. I'm like, don't piss me off. Like, because to open it is just going to piss me off. I already know. At this point, just tell me you're logging all my information. Just tell me you are keeping track of everything I'm doing to see if I'm going to make it past my 90-day probation period. And at this point, I don't feel like I am. I don't feel like I am. And it's crazy because the job is easy. The job is easy. There's no dress code. I'm going to plug that every chance I get. There's no dress code. Real easy job. Yet I can't seem to stay out of meetings. I can't seem to avoid these follow-up emails that I'm constantly receiving. And honestly, it just makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells. At this point at this job, I don't talk to people. I talk to the participants. I try to engage as much as I can with them. But I feel like I'm biding my time. At this point, I need to bide enough time to where I can buy my car, pay off my cruise, save some money. Because obviously, I'm just biding my time. I've seen that meme, and I'm sure you guys seen it too, that said, I don't tell people that ice is thin. They just know that they skating. They're not telling me that the ice is thin. But I know I'm skating. And honestly, that's it. That's just what it's gonna be at this point. Like, obviously I'm skating. They ain't tell me the ice is thin, but obviously I'm skating. And that's why at this point I'm making sure to take my breaks. I'm making sure to get my 15 minutes in before and after lunch. It ain't easy because sometimes I do forget. And it's not because I'm having fun. It's not. It's because I'm stressed out. I'm overworked. I'm trying to figure it out. It's not because I'm having fun. I promise. The job itself is fun. The job itself is nice. But I'm forgetting to take my breaks, and not because I'm having fun, but because I'm working to the point where when I finish, I got like 30 minutes left before my break, before my lunch, or 30 minutes before I go home. I have been very intentional lately about making sure I get my breaks. I don't care if I got to set an alarm to be like, oh, yeah, it's time. Yeah, I'm getting my breaks now. I'm already overstimulated. I'm already stressed. I'm already on so many different cover your ass emails. Yeah, making sure I take my breaks for sure. Um yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave this episode where it is. I do have a Reddit for you guys today. Some of the upcoming episodes, I believe more so with the guest. I don't have Reddits, but that was on me. That was on me. I think the episodes ran a little long. That was on me. But I will do my best to continue with the Reddits. So this one is on topic. This one says, put on a performance improvement plan, told I was improving, fired anyways. And this is why I feel like, let me rethread it. Okay. So this was in October. I was put on a performance improvement plan. In October, I was put on a PIP and told I was not exhibiting enough attention to detail, team awareness, and other traits. I thought that was fair since I had been making some mistakes, small but reconcilable and non-consequential. I was also told directly that I wasn't trained properly, so they needed to roll back some of my responsibilities to get me back to basics. Fine. After a month, I was called in for a check-in and was told that I was improving. No notes, no negative feedback. I thought I was good to go and was going to disprove what everyone on this sub was saying. If you get a PIP, they've already decided to fire you. Today was if you get a PIP, they've already decided to fire you. Today was my annual review. I felt good about my performance, but as soon as I walked into that office, I knew something was up. They told me almost immediately that they weren't seeing improvement and that they would have to let me go. I asked what happened since 3 weeks ago when you said I was doing fine. They brought up some mistakes I made as proof that I was not doing well. I noticed that my supervisor's hands were shaking as she told me this. So that's it. I'm out of a job during Christmas time in one of the worst job markets in history. I feel like a failure. Ever since graduating college, I've had a terrible time finding a good job. I've dealt with micromanaging, neurotic bosses, and poorly run small businesses. I thought this job would be one I'd stick at for years to improve my resume. Part of me thinks I was fired because the team was unexpectedly assigned an intern, so they figured they can have someone do my job for less. Maybe they resented that I didn't join them for group prayers before meetings, but a bigger part of me says that I'm just a terrible worker, a failure in life that can't hold down a job. I feel so embarrassed and ashamed. I figured I'd share this among people. I figured I'd share this here among people who maybe understood how terrible things are out there. Any supportive comments are appreciated. Drop it. So you guys know how this Reddits go. Drop it in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling about this. Pause, come back to this, and I will be giving my opinion. I personally wholeheartedly do believe with the people who say that once you are put on a PIP, that is your way out the door. Now, technically, I am not on a PIP, but all these emails to me scream PIP. I'm on my way out the door. I can acknowledge that. My goal before I get out this door is to replace my car. For one, it is also to. Did I get paid Friday? It is also to pay off my cruise and save some money and, you know, have a life. Unfortunately, that is, I think, the case in most situations. When you are placed on the PIP, that's your way out the door. I was placed on a PIP for the job I sued for different reasons other than the lawsuit. And once I sued, they was like, "Oh yeah, we could just go ahead and cut this and this. We'll pay you, but you need to resign. We need to part ways, basically." And that's fine. Yeah, pay me some money and I will leave you alone. No problem. You got it. And yeah, so I mean, it's unfortunate because 3 weeks ago, you should have sent a follow up email, girl. Yeah, you should have sent a follow up email that said, "Oh, so per our meeting, this is what it was discussed. This is what was said. This is what happened. Cover your tracks. Yeah, cover your ass. Yeah, yeah. CYA. Because that to me is really just what happens once you are put on a PIP. You're on your way out the door. There's usually not much you can do to keep that job once you're put on a PIP. I personally don't know anybody who's been put on a PIP and came back from it. I personally also, I don't feel like you should feel embarrassed or ashamed. I understand where the embarrassment and the shame come from, but at the same time, name one person who ain't been fired. Name one person who hasn't been laid off, let go. However they want to word that. Name somebody who has not had to voluntarily resign from a position. Okay, then. Everybody gets let go. Everybody gets fired. Everybody gets laid off. Everybody has to voluntarily resign from a position. Because it looks better to say, I quit than I got fired. Those count. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be embarrassed. It happens. It most definitely happens. Don't be embarrassed. It's happened to the best of us. Girl, go on. Figure it out. You got it. I believe in you. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got for y'all today though. Drop it in the comments. Let me know again what you think of the Reddit, what you think of the episode, what you think of me and this job. If you know something remote, then let me know. Because again, I'm trying to stay. No dress code. Okay, remote is perfect. I ain't gotta get dressed at all. That's real no dress code. That's real. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as don't forget to turn the bell notification on so that you're notified every time that we drop a new release. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to pull up because they're going to love it here just like you do. And I'll see you in. That's right. In next week's episode. Bye. You're still here? You know the show's over, right? Don't cry. We'll be back next week. I gotta go be a hoochie. In the meantime, catch up on the older episodes.